Okay, folks, get ready to dive deep into the world of sharks. We're going deep today.
Deep dive.
We've got some awesome excerpts about their biology, their senses, and all the wild stuff that they're up against out there.
Yeah.
We're going to try to figure out, what makes these creatures such incredible predators. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And why we got to protect them.
Yeah, I think it's about understanding them. They're such a vital part of the ocean.
Absolutely.
And they're just so incredibly adapted to their environment. It's amazing.
Let's break it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's start with those senses. I mean, we've all heard about their crazy sense of smell, right?
Yeah.
But did you know that a shark can sniff out one single drop of blood
Wow.
in an Olympic-sized swimming pool?
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Think about that. That's like finding a grain of sand on a whole beach.
Yeah.
A specific grain of sand.
That's wild. It's mind-boggling how powerful their sense of smell is.
It is.
They have these receptors that can pick up on just the tiniest little amounts of certain molecules, like blood, for example.
Oh, wow.
And that can lead them to a meal from miles away.
That's remarkable.
It is.
I never knew. I mean, it's just amazing how their senses are fine-tuned to the underwater environment.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. What about their skin? I mean, it's like they're covered in teeth, like they're wearing armor.
Yeah, you're talking about their dermal denticles.
Dermal denticles?
Yeah. And it's not just about protection. Those things actually reduce drag in the water,
Really?
which makes them super efficient swimmers.
So they're hydrodynamic.
Exactly. Very hydrodynamic. In fact, scientists have studied them and been inspired to design swimsuits based on them.
No way.
Yeah. Some Olympic swimmers wearing these, what they call biomimetic suits, have even broken world records.
That's amazing. I love it. Nature's the best engineer.
Nature's a great engineer, that's for sure.
But wait, there's another sense. They've got electroreception. It's like a sixth sense, right? They can see electrical fields, even in the pitch black.
Yeah, that's electroreception. Super important for hunting.
It is.
Especially for those sharks that are looking for prey that's hiding in the sand or down in murky water.
They can't see it.
No, but they have these pores filled with a special jelly. It's called the ampullae of Lorenzini, which sounds very fancy.
It does sound fancy.
But it detects the faintest electrical signals given off by a creature's muscles.
Wow. That's incredible. It really makes you rethink that whole image we get.
Yeah.
They're not just these mindless eating machines. We all saw Jaws, but the reality is a little different.
For sure. I mean, most sharks are not a threat to humans at all.
Right.
Shark attacks are statistically super rare.
Okay.
And when they do happen, it's often a case of mistaken identity. So imagine you're a shark, you're in murky water, and you see a surfer from below. You might think, hey, that's a seal.
Right. Makes sense.
Easy mistake.
Yeah. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, some sharks migrate. I read about a scientist, she studies hammerhead migration, and she describes it as like an underwater ballet, silently. Hundreds of sharks moving together in sync.
It's amazing. Yeah, shark migration is a really fascinating thing. Some species, like the great white, they travel thousands of miles. They're following food. Maybe they're looking for a good place to breed, or maybe they're just heading to warmer waters.
Yeah.
It really shows you how connected all the oceans are.
It really does. That must be so cool to see. Then we have the bull shark.
Oh, yeah.
So comfortable in salt water, fresh water.
Both.
They even swim up rivers. What amazing adaptability.
Totally. And that adaptability gives them access to a much wider range of habitat.
Right.
Which can lead to more run-ins with us humans.
Yeah, and that sort of brings us to the sadder part of our deep dive here.
Yeah.
The threats that these incredible creatures are facing.
Right. Unfortunately, the demand for shark meat and fins has led to a lot of overfishing, pushing some populations dangerously close to collapse.
And then there's finning. It breaks my heart to think about it. They catch these animals, chop off their fins, and just throw them back in to die.
Yeah, it's just awful.
Awful.
It's a cruel practice, and it's devastating. You see, removing these apex predators like sharks, that can trigger what's called a trophic cascade.
Trophic cascade.
Yeah, it's where the whole ecosystem is thrown out of whack. So like when they overfished cod in the North Atlantic, there weren't enough sharks to keep the ray populations in check. So the rays exploded in numbers and they ate all the scallops.
Oh, no.
Which impacted the entire ecosystem,
Wow.
including the people who depend on it for their livelihoods.
It's a chain reaction.
Yeah, it is.
It's a domino effect. So it's kind of a grim picture.
Yeah.
But it's not all bad news, is it? I mean, there are people fighting to protect them.
Absolutely. There are lots of conservation efforts underway all around the world.
That's good to hear.
Promoting sustainable fishing practices, establishing protected areas where sharks can thrive.
Right.
And public awareness is huge.
It is.
You know, changing perceptions about sharks and inspiring people to take action, that's what it's all about.
So what can we do? We're sitting here listening. What can we do?
Every little bit counts, you know? Support sustainable seafood, stay informed about what's happening with conservation efforts.
Right.
And spread the word. Tell people why these animals matter. Even small things can make a difference.
It really makes you think. I mean, sharks have been around for over 400 million years.
Wow.
They've survived multiple mass extinctions.
That's right.
But now, here we are, humans, the biggest threat they've ever faced.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? How can we make sure that these ancient mariners stay in our oceans?
That's the question.
I guess the answer lies in understanding them,
Yeah.
appreciating how vital they are, and, taking action to protect them. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
And join us again next time for another deep dive
See you then.
into another amazing subject.
Take care. Bye. Bye.